everybody, Lawman Mike with www.lawmanguitars.com. You know what? We work really hard to put some of these old guitars back together again. This one is a perfect example. I've always loved these Malibus and Newporters from the 60s. This is a 1968 Fender Newporter. It's all mahogany. It's got a mahogany top. It's got a mahogany side. It's got a mahogany back. It does have a maple neck. The only thing that's not mahogany on it. But when we got this guitar, what a mess. I mean, what had happened, we got it from a shop. I'm trying to remember now. A shop that had closed a long, long time ago. And it hadn't been played too much. But what happened is the neck tension, or the string tension, had pulled, and this is why you really have to watch your bridges on these acoustic guitars. It not only pulled the bridge loose, it took a bunch of the wood with it too. So I mean, here I had a busted bridge, and I had a bunch of wood that was messed up all in here. There's a crack right in here. I took it to my luthier and I said, please help me fix this guitar. He goes, Mike. I go, no, we really need to put this one back together again. I searched and finally found a authentic, this is not a remake, this is an authentic 60s either Malibu or Newporter bridge that I had to pay a fortune for. We got this. He somehow was able to get all this put back together again. You can still see the crack here. You can see some of the wood that had been pulled up in through here, but and it's slightly up right in through here. But you know what? He did a marvelous job, and I couldn't have been happier when I got it back. We even had to go buy a pickguard. The pickguard was gone, of course. Let's see, I think I had the tuners and the back plate, and the rest of it was here. But this was missing, or it was busted, and this was missing. So we've just spent a ton of time. I probably have this guitar for close to a year now, working on it. And now it's ready to send out to a new owner. Kind of hate to, because it's kind of been around and become kind of a friend. And of course, Brian in there watching this is saying, I want to buy that guitar. So I'm going to have to get it out of his studio before you can buy it, because it just sounds wonderful. These guitars were made from 65 to 71. And there's no serial numbers in them. They're made in Santa Ana. We know that because it's on one of the back braces, and that tells us that. But they stained the bodies and had the 3-ply pick guards in 1968 and back. So it's one of the older ones. We cannot identify it because unfortunately they didn't put serial numbers on it. I looked for a serial number on the neck. That wasn't even there. So 68, somewhere in there. We know it's not newer than that. But it's certainly not newer than 1971, but I'm calling it 1968. The binding's in really nice shape. Like I said, we got a pickguard on it. Frets are in wonderful shape because there's really hadn't been played that much. But, I mean, it's just the cool stuff that you look at on these guitars. I mean, they put the finish on the neck, and then they put the decal on, and you can tell that on these older ones because you can see the decal sitting right up on top of the finish. I mean, I think that's... I mean, it's probably not the best way to do it, but it just shows how old it is. I mean, now we know how old it is, and it's just so cool to see that. And it just, these, by the way, it is a bolt-on neck. Brian was just noting on that. He says, "Well, what is it?" Well, there's a big neck block in there that is attached to this, and it's bolted into here. So you never have any problem setting the action on one of these guitars. You can either shim it or just do something. Your tech can deal with that. But it has the original back plate and original double line Kluson Deluxe tuners on there. All the tuner buttons are original. None of the stems seem to be bent at all, so that's kind of nice. Original button on the back and here. I'm sure I replaced the bridge pins because those were gone, but I tried to use some old ones and tried to match them best I could. Original nut, original string tree on here. So yeah, I mean it's mostly original except for the pickguard and the bridge. But we did use old pieces here. We did not buy new ones. So I just. great. Gosh, what a sweet sounding guitar. Wow. 1968. I hate to see this one go. I mean, we spent a lot of time together. I worked and worked and worked on this one and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed. And my luthier has had it for a really long time, but that's okay. He did a great, great job. And thanks, Norm. I really appreciate the great job he did on it. Just absolutely fabulous. Whoever gets this guitar is going to just love it. Now, the other cool thing is, all right, now I'm trying to remember if I had the original case or if it came with a case. I don't remember. It is a Fender case. Oh, I don't remember now. You know what? This might have been a case that I had. I don't think I had a case with it. This would have been the right case for the guitar. It fits it perfectly. It's a Fender case. We can tell from the age and the red interior in it. Just a great case. I think I've just been saving this one for a guitar like that. Would have been a really expensive case to go out and try to find, but it's got the accessory box in it. The plush is still absolutely gorgeous. Just very, very high-end case for a Fender guitar back then. Original handle, original clasp, original, gosh, even the leather hinge is still on this thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful case. So, hey, you get this gorgeous Fender case that comes with this 1968 Fender Newporter, all mahogany, just as warm as it can possibly be in sound. I just absolutely love it. It's just, we put it all back together again. That was one that's probably sitting in someone's basement all busted up after all these years. We finally got it back. You could be the new owner of that guitar and put some songs into it. That's what it needs. So, hey, check it out. www.lawmanguitars.com. You can get this guitar. And while you're here in my YouTube channel, why don't you hit subscribe? You know what? We do 5 of these a month. If you hit subscribe, you don't have to look for me anymore. Just every month, 5 of these will show up. So we appreciate you watching my demos. Appreciate all your support for my website. I appreciate all of you so very much. You make me a very happy, happy guitar guy. Thanks a lot.